Trying to think. I'll try joining on my browser.
See if it works. That's from earlier. Hold on to that.
Technically.
Hello?
Hello.
Still quiet. What is going on?
Have you turned our volumes like up to max or anything?
Try speaking now. Might be a video
Hello?
thing.
Hello.
Hello.
Nope, it's not. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
It must be my computer because I'm on my phone right now with my AirPods. Obviously, it's lesser quality.
Try restarting your computer again. You were saying there was some problems going on with it. Maybe restarting it'll fix it.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't like just turning on in general earlier. Restart. But I mean, we can always start whenever, and I can just pop away and pop back in if I need
Well, try and get it going now, because if we know there's a problem, we can account for it. Versus you not hearing anything. Oh, you're on your phone, so I guess I could start.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and technically, I can just use my phone right now.
Technically?
Technically.
Put it up on my little stand that I have.
Oh, look at that. Pro gamer right here.
Yeah. Is this better quality camera or no?
It's about the same.
Okay.
Yeah, modern phones are about the equivalent of a webcam at this point.
Mine definitely is not.
Well, I mean, you're getting there.
Do you have an Android?
Do you have an Android? I don't think he heard us. He died.
Oh. Nah. Is the sound quality definitely worse, though?
It's a little quieter.
Yeah, farther away.
I'm just getting notifications out that we'll get rolling. But this is why you don't get Macs, boys and girls. Hi-yo!
I like my Mac. It's just this one time it was being an issue.
Yeah.
I have been lugging it around I've literally been North Carolina up to New Jersey, then back down to North Carolina to my mom's house, then back to Greensboro.
So it just
Probably
needs
just tired.
It just needs a break, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, see, I would say I could just stay on my phone. The only problem is if someone calls me, it'll kick me out of the call.
Well, tell them to leave you alone. You're playing vampire.
I know. Technically, the good thing about being on my phone and my computer is that I can go on the stream on my computer and not have it fuck up my quality.
Well, who wants to give us the recap from 2 weeks ago?
Let's see. Last time on Vampire the Masquerade, Northern Lights Uprising. The two individuals who had ended up breaking the Masquerade and punished were intended for release. One of which was, however, during a delightful torture session in which Raksha really enjoyed himself, he managed to not only break free, but decimate a Ventru on his way out before getting recaptured, promptly ending in his execution.
Yeah.
Aldrich Lee, in the meantime, met a curious Malkavian who was in search of something. And
just a little bird.
Just a little bird. He was in search of a little bird. And Aldrich Lee decided that he will bring the bird to her for a major boon. And that is where we left off, I think.
More or less, yeah. All right, well, I think it's safe to say that a bit of time has passed. You all wait out the remainder of the week you had expected for Raksha to be returned to you. It is a cold winter night now. Light snow has fallen in the Vancouver area, and the bar, the Velvet Getaway, is up and running. Ilda is manning the bar. Sam and Broderick are working in the back in the small grill that serves as like a, bar kitchen sort of deal. And the rest of you are to your own devices. When you wake, I will just forego the hunger rolls because you guys have probably had time to feed and do everything else. It's fine, just be at one hunger dice. When the expected return for Raksha has come and gone, it's probably about 2 days after he has not returned, that the outside of the bar becomes illuminated through the windows by a series of headlights pulling in the front. It's very much the get the person or the people inside's attention by filling the row of parking in front of the bar and then turning the high beams on so that everything is completely obscured. What do you all do once you notice that these lights are not only disturbing the patrons but causing a bit of a scene?
Sorry,
go.
I wouldn't notice the lights, but would I sense any auras approaching?
There's no one approaching.
Any auras outside?
I don't know what the range of your ability is.
I don't think it says. Let me posted.
Absolutely should say. You just don't have a aura of the world.
And
I think it's supposed to be like what you can see.
I mean, that would do her no good.
I mean, this is how I see.
Okay, so waiting on an answer for what your range is.
I think, like, because it is sort of like a special case, I think within reason, in the sense of, like,
What you would normally be able to see.
yeah,
Okay,
like normal human
So-
sight range.
then the answer would be no.
Okay.
Aldrich would wince at the light because that is part of his bane,
Mm-hmm.
and he would start making his way towards the door.
Josie?
I feel like Josie is at the bar right now, like sketching, just in a sketchbook, and like obviously notices, and at first doesn't do anything, but when she notices that Aldrich is like getting up and going over, she'd follow, but like stay in the place, but like look out the door and just watch.
It feels like it got warmer inside.
So my understanding is Aldrich is the only one going.
Nobody said anything
Because
to
he's
me.
following.
Yeah, I'm following, but stopping at the door and watching.
Okay. So
Still
Josie
keeping an eye
comes.
on the bar as
Josie
well.
comes to a stop at the doorway. Nobody's gotten civil for the umpteenth time whenever something happens, and Aldrich steps outside to see what's going on. First and foremost, there's a red pickup truck at the center of two more nondescript looking vehicles. This red truck's hood looks to be painted freshly in the degree that it doesn't quite match the faded tint of the rest of the truck. But a woman steps out dressed in a leather jacket, and there's a sidearm holster of a rather nasty looking revolver. And she steps out of the vehicle on one side. A Middle Eastern man with handsome hawkish features steps out of the passenger seat, and Aldrich, his eyes immediately lock on yours. Well, he doesn't say anything. The woman in the driver's seat is holding a box, and she looks around, sees the sign, and says, "What an absolute shithole. I take it you're the coterie that belongs to..." And she thinks for a moment and says, "What was his name?" And the other gentleman perks up and says, "Isdar. Raksha Isdar." And she scoffs and she's like, "Right. Raksha. Are you Raksha's friends?"
We were, at least, given what I've heard.
What have you heard?
Someone had come down and mentioned that something had happened at the tower involving a blood hunt.
Oh, those thorns were whispering again, weren't they? Well, the prince wanted us to deliver this for you. Don't open it here. And she sets the box down on the sidewalk and then gives it a kick towards you with her boot, and it slides across the icy sidewalk snow and comes to a stop at your feet. The box is leather bound. It's probably about the size of a hat box. And no, it's not a hat box, as a reference from Forrest. But it's roughly hat box size in leather. There's a class seal on it. with a rose engraved on the top of it. It's from Sienna. She wanted to make sure you got this back.
Of course. Thank you for delivering it.
I'd go, when I see that something's being kicked over, I'd go get Sybil.
Hello.
Again,
Sorry? Ark.
can I offer the two of you anything while you're here?
No, that's quite all right. We're on duty.
Of course.
The deputy at the passenger seat says, besides, we don't drink poison. He steps back into the passenger seat, and the woman, who's clearly the sheriff, looks at all of you and says, hopefully we won't have to come back here again. We won't be so nice if we do. But I think your friend, and she locks eyes with Josie, already knows that.
I roll my eyes. And then look at Sybil and say, can you tell what's in that box over there? I don't know if it's just anything bad.
I go, hello, and then I feel around for the box.
I wouldn't have brought you over to the box.
I was going to say, Aldrich, you feel
Yeah.
Sybil start to touch you as this tense standoff is happening. But they get into the truck. They don't wait for you all to do or say anything. The truck backs out and the two other vehicles follow behind, leaving you all in this cold winter night.
I wait for them to get down the street before I pick up the box. I'll meet both of you in the back room.
I fall forward before I get to do a premonition.
And she falls forward, not getting to do her
I'll catch her.
I grab a snowball and I throw it in a random direction.
Yeah, and then I'd lead her back inside and go to the back.
Whee!
And so you head to the back.
Are you feeling better, Josie?
Yeah?
That's good.
Thanks.
I'm sorry you
I mean,
died in my dream.
It's okay. It wasn't actually me, so... Yeah. It wasn't me, but I know who it was. But we're not going to get back into that, so let's continue.
Okay.
And then I'd go back to the room.
Alrighty. So the two of you head back to now what is Aldrich's office.
I will open the box.
When you open the box, you see that there is simply a skull. It's a human skull. It looks a little old, but otherwise reminiscent of what you would see textbook definition of one. The thing that sticks out, however, are the pronounced kindred canines, whatever the actual definition for the fangs are. The fangs have been pulled off. And there is... the fangs have been pulled off, and there's... Oh, jeez, I'm trying to think what the word I'm looking for is. There's rose petals lining around the skull, and just a small note that says, "We are coming for you," in quotes, and then a question mark beside it.
You good, Aldrich?
Yeah, Aldrich, are you good?
Aldrich, you turned like really gray right now.
I'm sure you will too when you learn that Raksha's ratted out our operation here.
Was that why I saw a rat?
I'll show Josie the note. We are coming for you? Question mark.
Well, they don't seem too certain about it, so. But yeah, no, that's not a good sign at all. Awesome. Great. Well, now we have to figure out. Wait, I want to make sure that this skull or whatever in this box, it's not like mic'd or anything.
You pick it up and check it all around?
Yeah, I'm looking around, trying to figure out, is anyone listening in?
Give me what I'm looking for here. That would be
I imagine Josie just like literally just picks it up and is just staring at it, just like.
Give me wits awareness.
I don't have any specialties that would help out with that. Please. 3.
Okay. You take the time to work it over, turning it carefully, delicately. While there are clear signs of tampering to the skull in the effort to remove the fangs and prepare it to be set in there, there are no signs that it had been modified in such a way that a listening device or a camera would have been inserted into the skull.
Okay, then I'd set it back down and I'd be like, well, now we need a plan, I guess.
It would probably be wise to lay low for the time being.
And what's like the definition? What's your definition of laying low?
Lay low. Plant seeds in the ground. Grow trees.
Essentially. Don't pull suspicion on yourself. For example, don't do a race while using all your powers.
Yeah, I learned that one.
But we shouldn't do anything big for now. For at least a while.
What's big?
Planning anything against the Camerilla directly.
So like no more throwing spray cans? Or like, can I please do that still?
Nothing that would draw attention to there being an Anarch rising here in Vancouver.
Cool.
I couldn't give a shit if you spray tagged a wall.
Sounds like a plan. It's a partial plan, but that's more than I usually have, so we're good.
That's what.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sybil.
She said.
I'll keep this for now. I don't think we can send it back to Seattle anytime soon.
What is it?
It's Raksha's skull.
I see a skull.
Because he broke the Masquerade and got caught.
Oh.
Yep. Are you gonna like put it on display or something on our bookshelf?
I'll consider it.
Awesome.
But I'll put the skull back in the box and close it.
So for the time being, do we want to, while we're laying low, gather information, or just like completely not do anything in relation to any of this?
As a newcomer, learning information is not a bad thing.
Okay. So find information, gain friends, allies. Not directly say, yo, we're a part of this operation that's going to take down the higher ups, but
Earn boons if you can, anything like that.
That's good. I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 friends.
does that include us?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. How many of them aren't us?
4.
And does it include Raksha?
7 friends. One of them's a skull.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. Well, you can try and gather information from those friends. Anything about this area. Not the way things work around here.
They work here.
Oh. Never mind.
Do you think they know anything?
Not that we
No.
haven't already gotten out of them.
I want to make more friends then.
Well, we can go friend hunting. Sometime.
Friend hunting sounds fun.
But not hunting as in hunting. We're not going to eat our friends.
Why not both?
Because that's not what friends do.
Okay.
That's not what friends are for. I just remembered what I got for tonight.
What'd you get for tonight?
Oh, that was out of character.
I asked that in character.
Some blood.
Oh.
I used my legal abilities to get some sangria. But yes, let's continue. Alright, cool. Well, awesome. So, lay low, friends, boons. Sounds good.
Are we going friend hunting tonight?
I actually have something I wanted to talk to you guys about.
Yes.
So I have gathered some information that Mr. Skull guy betrayed us, sort of. Yes and no. He technically did what he said he was gonna do, but like at the same time, you know, the thing that people normally do where they twist their words and like find a loophole sort of thing.
A genie's wish.
What'd you say, Aldrich?
Basically a genie's wish. They did it, but not the way you expected.
Yeah.
You got monkey pod.
Exactly.
What were
Yeah.
his exact words?
Well, you were there. He said that, and I like lower my voice a little bit. The next time we see young Sullivan, and then I look at Aldrich, one of the thin blood, he will be alive.
Yeah, that is what he
Sorry, I
said.
got a phone call.
That's okay. That is what he said. The next time you saw young
Yeah.
Sullivan, he would be alive.
Well, where is he?
Yeah. he was alive when I saw him, but now he's dead.
Well, then he lied to me.
How so?
I didn't get to see him again.
He technically didn't promise that to you.
Yeah. See, it was one of those things where, yeah, it was just the doing it, the genie's wish sort of thing. But that also means that
He
might be a
corpse
threat.
fucking. Oh, that.
In the sense
He is absolutely a threat.
Yeah, most definitely. Especially since he sort of knows about some stuff.
He likes dead people.
I mean, we all like dead people, technically.
We're all
But-
dead people.
No,
Yeah.
I mean he likes dead people.
But yeah, so we should definitely keep an eye on him. And possibly, I would say kill him, but I don't think that would be a good idea because he has it with the Camerilla as well, and they would notice if something happened to him.
He also has the nightmare box. The nightmare box will kill him.
Does he have the nightmare box? Yeah, we dropped it off to him.
Yeah, it's gonna
They
kill
put the
him.
nightmare box to him.
And then he'll be dead forever.
Now I wish we opened it, but
You don't want
It's
to open
okay.
it. Whoever opens it's dead.
we should have had Raksha open it then.
Orin just went down.
Oh, no.
Alright. Well, yeah, so, do we want to deal with... I don't know, like, what should we do about this guy? Like, just wait for him to do something bad, or, like, confront him?
He's already gonna do something bad and it's gonna kill him.
More bad.
It's as bad as it can get.
I do think we should
now
try
I'm
to
sort of-
focus attention towards him.
Yeah, I agree. He should be the first one we take out.
And I think we should try to get the Thin Bloods out of here.
Like, back to Seattle?
Further south.
Yeah, that sounds... I can always contact, what's his name? I know his... Josie knows his name, Casey doesn't.
Saul.
Saul, yeah. And try and see if he can send some people up to take them out. As in, take them out of here, not take them out as in kill them.
Well, who's gonna run? Who's gonna be here at the bar then and keep me company?
We'll find other people, maybe.
Okay.
People who aren't being blatantly hunted by the people we are going against. Blatantly, outrightly, knowingly.
Yeah.
Because if they find out that well, they already sort of found out. Keeping Thin Bloods, then, that would be even more suspicion.
Skull can't do anything. The person, not the Raksha. He can't do anything to us without revealing himself.
Alright, well, I can go make that call if you'd like.
I could send Daniel down, bring them back to Seattle.
That works too, if we don't want to bring someone else up.
I think less bodies moving in and out is better.
Yeah, that makes sense. I agree. Alright, cool. Well, should we call him in? Call him Daniel? Wink,
should
wink.
call it in. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I can go get him.
I open the door. He is probably nearby,
Yeah, he's not far. He's never far.
and I'll just wave him in.
You're never far.
He,
I'll do a little wave.
he gives you a wink, Josie. What can I do for you, boss?
We need to have the Thin Bloods leave the bar. Send them back to Seattle or further south.
Looking to take him tonight?
Not tonight, but when the time is right.
Alright. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem.
Tonight might draw too much suspicion. The sheriff was already here. I'd be shocked if they didn't leave someone behind to watch us.
Yeah, no, it'd make too much sense.
So, talk to them, tell them what's happening. But tonight we carry on business as usual.
Alright.
Well, Sybil, do you want to go friend hunting?
Yes.
Aldrich, you want to join?
Now I'll have something else to do.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say party pooper, but shut in.
Exactly what she meant.
That's okay, I'll say it. Party pooper.
You two have fun.
Yeah, we'll go clubbing.
The rack's up in Yale Town.
Cool. Yeah, and then we'll head on. Then I'll, get ready. Probably go back to my apartment for a little, get changed and everything with Sybil, and then go head out to the rack. But that's my plan for tonight.
The plan is to head to the rack tonight. Aldrich, what's your plan tonight?
I'm going to wait at the bar for a little bit. Then I'm going to take Daniel and head out. But we can handle that later.
Okay. Well then, why don't we focus on a new face? Is this just pronounced AJ? Or Ajay?
Ajay, yeah, Ajay.
Ajay?
Yeah,
Without
Ajay.
the obvious Australian inflection, Ajay. Okay.
Okay.
Ajay?
Okay.
Alright, Ajay. Chandra?
Yeah, that's right. Ajay Chandra.
Ajay Chandra. Okay.
I'll be right back. I can still hear you, by the way.
Certainly. Ajay, the message of what had happened reached you not too long ago, and your contacts on the west coast of the United States had said that one of your friends had passed, helping with the Anarch movement, and that efforts are being made to recover what's left of them, etc., so forth. And basically there was a question of how soon can you get there to retrieve the remains. And basically when the discussion with your partner and family about how to get there and everything came up, I'm going to have to eventually use this paid in PC insert, so I'm using you as my guinea pig to cash it in. You are greeted by an individual that offers to take you straight to where Raksha's body is, out of the kindness of their hearts.
Are they part of the Anarchs, or are they just someone else? Or are they like one of my clan members? Someone that...
This individual, they do not say. Let's see, did they give me a description?
I just want to make sure this guy would cross me.
No.
You can't be too careful, especially with all the masquerades going on.
Yep. They appear basically in just a nice black suit with a lot of like reds. The tie is red. Their little pocket scarf is red. There's a red vest. They have a cane, and basically when you ask like who are you, they just say I'm an individual of many names, but you can accept my card, and they hand you a jack of diamonds, just a playing card. And if you ever need me, you can just rip this and I'll appear. But for now, I'm going to take you. And they really don't wait for a response. They just say that they're going to take you, and they put a hand on your shoulder, and there is just like a sweeping of orange autumn leaves, and before you know it, you're no longer in your family home, but instead you're on the streets of Vancouver, just outside of the bar, the Velvet Getaway. The individual steps back for a moment and says, "Whew, much colder here. You may want to get inside and get a drink."
Well, seems like you insist I'm coming either way without any preparation, so yes I will. Thanks for the travel, even though it's sudden and kind of forced. But yeah.
Only a little. Go ahead and mark that as completed now that I've used
And
that
then-
person. Hooray! Deus Ex Machina getting you here. Thank you for the cash in.
My God, is that one of the elders? I just like, damn, did I just met one of the elders? I'm lucky I'm survived.
Somebody paid good points to get you here. And so they just say, go ahead and step inside and let them know why you're here. They should be amicable towards trusting you, though your compatriot did not leave on the best of terms.
Sure.
Try not to die. And they click their heels together, and the rustling of autumn leaves rustles past again, and the bar door opens with the strong gust of wind sending the leaves forward and leaving a bit of a trail for you. And then if you look back, they're gone.
Well, guess I'm heading in. And then IJ just struts in all relaxing like he owns the place. So he did kind of knock on the door, like, and then struts in like, so can I get a drink over here? Where's one of the, where's the waiters here?
Hello?
Hello? You're one of the waiters?
No.
Not really, we were just heading out.
Ah, alright. I'm looking for a friend. Well,
Me
I don't think he's
too.
around anymore.
We're actually about to go friend hunting.
Ah, you are, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, I just so happen to be looking for my friend here. Maybe we can talk somewhere else where, well, talk to you about it. Who's my friend is and who's I'm looking for.
Who are you?
Well, what's your friend's name?
What's your name?
Yeah, that too. That's an important
Oh,
question.
my name is Ajay. Ajay Chandra.
Hey, Jay.
Ajay.
IJ.
Ajay.
IJ.
Okay.
IJ.
Yeah,
IJ.
it's a bit complicated.
Edge.
I mean, for the tongue, for the tongue's tongue. But yeah.
Your name is Edge. IJ.
Is it really okay to be talking right here? I mean, I'm not really the kind of person who wants to be heard when talking about my
Well,
friends.
All right.
But
Tell us your
not
friend's
like
name.
your name. Hi, I'm Sybil.
Oh, hi,
Josie.
Sybil. And you're Jonesy.
Jonesy.
Okay.
So, there's only 2 of you here?
No, there's another one. It's a little bit of a
Oh.
stickler.
Alright.
There's a few people. Do you not see them?
Wait, what do you mean by 2 of us? There's like a bar full of people.
There's a
Yeah.
bar full of people.
I mean, surface here. I mean, there's a people running about and all, but I mean, 2 of you are the only one who responds to me.
Well, that's because you opened the door in our face.
Yes,
Oh, I did? I hope I didn't hit one of your faces then. I mean, I've been told that I swing doors pretty hard. Last time I did that, one of my friends were like, "You broke the damn door!"
Oh, you probably shouldn't have broken the door.
I shouldn't, but hey.
Can I get a good look at this guy to see if I can figure out if he's a kindred?
Yeah, why don't you?
He's not really
Why
hiding
don't you
it.
tell us what they look like?
Alright, so the first thing that you'll notice about him is that he's probably 6'1.5", almost approximately 6'1.5". He's tall and well, different than Raksha. Raksha was well buff and muscle, but he's more like athletic build. His body is more athletic build, and he has like a puffy leather jacket and like still got a shirt on him, a bit tattered, looking much more like grunge style, and then ripped jeans, and he's wearing sandals for someone who's wearing like long ripped jeans. That's the only thing that doesn't fit his aesthetic. But yeah, he's got like sharp chin, jaw, and yeah.
I'd like to use Sense the Unseen to get a beat on his aura and figure out what he is if I can.
At the same time, I'd like to visually try and figure out what he is.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably grab like a face claim off somewhere. Let me just check. There it is.
So.
Did I send it to you on DM for his like face claim? I mean, I just grabbed it off the internet.
You what?
I'll send you the face claim. You know, kind of like how you did with Daniel, with the picture and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a picture.
No, I didn't get sent anything. So yeah, just.
Here, I'll send it to you.
So Sybil, you're trying to sense the unseen. There is.
Did that just roll? Oh, it's a crit.
Ah, okay. So you end up seeing something. You know what auras, when you sense the unseen to see other kindred, basically you're sensing the beast within them. You don't pick this up with Ajay. There is something similar, but not. This is a totally different sort of entity. He bears, as far as Josie goes, there are a lot of characteristics that are similar to a kindred. By the very definition, he looks and acts like what a kindred should, aside from a few odd mannerisms. But no, he's not kindred by any means.
I tug on Josie's arm so she can lean over to me, and then I cup my hands and I whisper all that.
One moment, and I'd turn away and I'd lean down. Yes, we can. And then I'd whisper, but just say, yes, we can totally get some ice cream later.
I love ice cream.
Yeah. You have to whisper that though.
I
And then
want the
I'd
reddest
look
ice
back at
cream.
Yeah, get you some sorbet.
I don't know.
Yeah,
what that
well,
is,
I
but
mean,
it
if you're
sounds good.
looking, and then I turn back to the dude and be like, well, if you're looking to speak to the owner, we're not the owners. We just sort of stay here.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
so.
I mean, like we help out when it's needed and stuff, but like, not really. He
Are
should
you
be here somewhere.
are you close to the owner?
I mean, we're not fucking or anything, but like.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that.
Okay.
I mean the two
That's
of
usually
you.
what.
If the two of you are close
you
to him, you know, like
close?
friends
Mhm.
and stuff. Because
Do
I'm
you-
pretty close
I
to
mean,
Do you
I'm
know the
pretty
owner?
close to the
Not
owner.
biblically, no.
the.
like, well, I mean,
Man,
like I had already.
our people.
I get.
Why are you
just,
into him?
I just
How can
I
you
mean,
be
he's
into
single
them
if
without
you
even
want to
meeting them?
know.
is like wise people. You know, when I ask people from my country, hey, where are you close to someone? They're not like, oh, we're fucking, you know, and all that. No, we're just friends. That's all I'm
What
asking.
country?
Well, how old does this guy look? Like, how old does he look?
Oh, he's a British type, alright. It's pretty short, a bit shorter than me. He's pretty muscular, and well, for what I know, he owns the
6'5"
bar.
short.
You did say 6'5".
No, I was asking. No, I was asking out of character. How old does your character look?
Oh,
Ajay.
my character
Ajay.
looks. Let me check. Where's it?
Does
His
he look
apparent
like he's
age
in
is
college?
30. His
30?
apparent age is
Okay.
30.
Cool. And I'd be like, well, that's how it works with our generation. When you ask, like, are you guys close? It usually is insinuating that you're like hooking up or something.
Ah, you kids and your dirty minds.
What country are you from?
Yeah, what country are you from?
I'm from the south region. Oh, I think it was, if I remember correctly, you guys call it Indonesia. Nowadays, I just call it Nusantara. It was back in my days. Back in my days, we call it Nusantara, but nowadays people call it Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Can I do let's see. Can I do a
Can I say that
I
Raksha
text
will
Aldrich?
probably? Can I say that Raksha will probably mention that he is from there? Will that help? Like before, maybe he would
Did
say
he
that.
ever mention it?
He will probably mention it if I have
Sure.
to go in character.
Yeah, you guys would have known that Raksha was also from Indonesia.
I don't think any of it's honestly clicking in Josie's head right now.
mhm,
Just some random guy that came in and is looking for the owner. Probably had like a bad beer or something and then got like a stomach ache and is gonna complain.
I think more I'd like to make an academic roll, I think it is, to see if because you called Indonesia something else.
Yep, that did happen.
You called it, what'd you call it?
Nusantara.
Santara. I'd like to make an academic roll to see how long it's been since it's been called Santara.
Sure.
Hi.
Can Aldrich approach at this point?
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would text Aldrich and be like, yo, there's some weird dude looking to talk to you.
2.
Ren, because I genuinely don't know. How long has it been since it's been called that?
It was around in 1920. In 1920s, it was proposed. Someone called Ernesto Francois Egindo Wistecker, also known as Tiabudi, proposed Nusantara as a name for the independent country of Indonesia. So, around that time.
So, then, yeah, Sybil, it was a proposed name that was floated around 100 years ago.
I tug on Josie's arm again.
I think I'm like just now finishing my text and I'm like, oh, and then I'll put it back in my pocket. Hold on one more moment. What kind of ice cream do you want? That I'd like lean back down.
Yep, I cup my hands and I say, he's over 100.
I'd like look at him and then I'd be like, okay, hello. Scared me. Dude. Okay, sorry. But yeah, then I'd yeah, I'd just sort of nod at that and then then go back. Bond, they're waving to you. They have pie.
Ooh.
Apple.
Oh, my favorite.
Aldrich will
But yeah.
walk up. I was told you were looking to speak to the owner.
Ah, yes. Are you perhaps one of the owner's friend?
Yes, I am now the owner of the Velvet Getaway.
Oh, you're not the owner. You're the owner now, huh? Who says that?
He does. He's the owner.
I don't
Yeah.
suppose the owner would have said that, or even write any, inheritance letter or whatever you call it.
I'm
That's a
pretty
bad
sure
business
he's the
deal.
owner.
It's sort of a sore subject. It's still going over in law, so we're not really allowed to talk about it right now.
Ain't. All you gotta do is go upstairs and look for his things. And I don't mean I would go there myself, but once you know who I am, you'll probably get things sorted out. So
You're
all I
very
ask
rude.
is that
You're very rude and insensitive.
Okay.
I would turn to Aldrich and go,
look, all I ask is for a place for we to talk in private. That's all.
You're
It's a
just
bit of a
you're just a lawyer trying to take advantage of our mourning.
look. I'm not one to take advantage.
Yes, we can talk in the back room.
No, let me speak to the lady here, all right? Just for a moment. Look, lady, I'm not one to be taking advantage of people, especially like people like you guys. I've been taken advantage of before a lot of times, and most of the times that have cost me greatly. One of my friends, the owner, he's been taken advantage of for many times, and if I know that
wait, you know
that he's
Aldrich?
dead. Not
Yeah, you
that
know
guy.
Aldrich?
He is not the owner. I mean the previous owner.
That,
Okay,
Yeah,
go
we
talk in the
can
back.
discuss them if you are willing to come to the back room with us.
All right. I'm sorry. I just taking advantage of people. That's kind of like a trigger of mine. Just
as we're
Sorry.
walking back, I just wanna like lean over to some random person and say, "Can you believe that guy?"
The drunk kind of looks up and is like, yeah, the fucking nerve of some people. Disrespectful.
I'm satisfied.
Cool. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess I'd follow too, and then we can go friend hunting after. I think after that long speech, I'm like, this reminds me of someone.
I will close the door once everyone is inside. So you knew Raksha then?
Yep, that's the name. That's the guy. Me and him, we go way back, but I've heard about his passing. Do you guys have his remains? Confirm.
I will walk over to the table,
What?
pick up the box, and hand it over.
All right, I'll just assume that's his remains.
What we have of them.
I'm gonna have to send this over to our homeland and have him bury it back in his home. But that can wait, because I'm gonna be replacing him, or at least that's what I was told to. Or at least I was here to help.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
after
How
what
do we
Raksha did.
know?
What's that?
I was gonna say, how do we know we can trust you? Or
Well,
that you are who you say you are.
well, I mean, I'm not one for lying, that's for sure. I know a lot of our
Everyone can say
kind.
that.
A lot of our kinds are liars, but I can try to prove myself to be honest. I don't know what kind of test you're gonna run into me, but go ahead and try it.
Less of a test and more so of you can't show that you know something, I'm gonna
Well,
tell you
how
to
about
leave.
we go upstairs? How about we go upstairs and we go look at his room, and I can tell you some of the pictures that he has in there.
How about you tell us the pictures he has now before we go up?
Alright then. Well, one thing that I'm sure of, he take a picture of us way back during the independence of Indonesia. We were having fun. We were listening to the speech that Sukarno was doing. It was independence for our nation. We were finally getting rid of the Dutch, the Japanese invasion, and we were at the bar. We were taking pictures together. Me and him, we both sitting at the bar, and it was glorious. We had our other friends too there. Not Red Blaze, of course. Red Blaze was nowhere there. Damn. Fuck. Yeah, that was one of the pictures that I only remember of. We were fighters back there. We were independence fighter, even though he was on another side of a group. Too
So
bad.
you're a Bruja then.
Nah, I'm no Bruja. He's a Bruja, thanks to the Red Blaze. But me, I ain't.
So what clan are you?
I reach out for Aldrich
I'll take her hand.
and I tug him down, and then I whisper the stuff that I whispered to Josie.
He's not a kindred. He's more than 100 years old.
Okay, so what are you exactly?
My clan, or well, at least I remember that you guys are going by clans out here, because back then a lot of Brahas and other out of region kindreds, I think you call them, yeah, kindreds were coming in, either helping us or invading us. I still remember the Kuei Jin being one of the invading members, and then there's some Braha and Grangos who were helping us fight back against the Kuei Jin, and I think there was a Fanchu on the Dutch side. Yeah, there were a lot of stuff going on, and well, I think the name of my clan would be Muktahasta. Have any of you heard of it?
Mabadawajabo.
Would I have heard of it?
That's all
None
I
of
heard.
you have heard of it.
Makes sense. We're kind of infamous. And the reason why is, well, we're more on the Anarch side. And we're on the far south region side. So, where I come from, there's not really much of a fight between the Camerilla and the Anarchs. Well, not yet anyway. I don't suppose the Camerilla will be planning to invade us again. They've tried that before and they've certainly failed.
Should I do the
So
thing?
you're not from around here.
Yeah, I was teleported. Literally, one moment I got whiplash by the fact that one of my comrades just given a final death. Someone with a card here told me that he's going to take me where I need to be, and then before I knew it, I was here. I didn't even get to pack my bags. I didn't even get to tell my husband I'm going. Oh yeah, talking about my husband, I'm probably gonna need like a way of communication. I don't think my phone is working. I have another country's SIM card, so I don't suppose I can call him here, unless one of you is generous enough to lend me one of your SIM card to make the call.
Get an international plan or something.
I don't know how that works.
Mine
I
doesn't
can show
cover
you.
international, does it?
I don't think so. You don't really use yours too often.
I listen to it. I like to listen
Yeah.
to Twitch.
Yeah, well, I could take you on down to the phone store at some point, I guess. Or get that figured out, because I don't think the phone store is open.
Yeah, or maybe like a laptop or something, because, well, I don't use laptop very much, but my husband, he helped me with it, because I'm a bit of a technology, whatever they call it, I don't remember what it's called. Yeah.
Do you know of anything else Raksha would have before I go up to check?
Other than that, he probably have. Well, I've had a lot of calls with him. Like I said, my husband, he did a lot of like he used laptops, and he helped me with communicating with Raksha now and then. We still keep in touch, and well, you're probably gonna find one of his one pictures of him and his brother by his nightstand on his nightstand, and then some other pictures of.
How do you know how he set his bedroom up? Were you two like...
But
Were you cheating on your husband?
nah, I'm not. Nah. Raksha, see, Raksha got a brother, and you probably can find his picture there. And his brother is not a kindred, thankfully. And when I fought with Raksha and the fighting, and after we regained independence of our country, he told me I need to go and continue the fight for the Anarchs, and I was like, you don't have to do this, you know that. You can just retire here, you can just live your life here, but no, he has to. Thanks to Red Place and his influence, he has to go to America and fight for the Anarchs.
We're not in America.
No, we're not? Oh yeah, this is Vancouver,
Not
huh?
Canada.
It's up there. It's up there, okay.
Sybil
We're
has
in
already
Canada.
poked the first hole in this claim.
But that was what he said back then. He was like, I'm going to America and help the Anarchs. And I was like, yeah, okay. If you choose to, I can't stop you. And then he went off. And then, and before he went off, he told me to, well, my clan, we pride ourselves as being guardians of our human brethren. So you could say that I was guarding Raksha's brother, or at least their bloodline. I've been looking over for their bloodline for like years.
You're
and
married
well,
to his brother?
Nah, not his brother. His brother's descendants. The guy fell in love with me and really, really going for me. What was that?
You're married
tale?
to
It
his
was
nephew?
No, something more
married-
than that.
You're married to his nephew's son?
We get the point.
Yeah, the guy's got the point.
Do you just
Basically,
marry a
it's
new one every time the old one's gone?
Nah, it's just a descendant. There's just one person. I'm not really into human morals. Relationships, it's complicated. But this guy, my husband, he gets me. And he's been pursuing me like I was like that Greek tales of the woman, the huntress woman who was like having a race with a guy, and then the guy throw apples to distract the girl, and then in the end they got together. I don't know the tales. It's a Greek one. My husband told me about it.
How do you not know the tale?
I just don't know the name of the tale. That's it. I don't know, first in like I have a lot of folklore stories up my head. Once a lot of my on my country, back in my country. There's a lot of those. So yeah.
What you're saying sounds a lot like how the brew house described Carthage.
Ah yes, Carthage.
I
That was
lean,
what. That was what. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can go ahead.
I lean over to Josie and I whisper, "The tale is of Atalantia."
And I just looked
She
to,
wrestled bears.
Aldrich and like, that's right, it was. Well, Raksha told me that he wants to make Carthage a real thing. He wants it to be, he wants the Anarchs to achieve that feat of like turning the whole kindred society into what it was back in Carthage. Now, I don't know a thing about this Carthage, not before, but what I know about my clan is that we've been going on for a long time, living with our human brethren, until, you know, one of the invaders come in and they change our human brethren's perspective, they turn our tradition against us, and they mark it all up. We were seen as a monster for a while, just like how you were, and living just like how you were back here. But after the rebellion, a lot of fighting, and us helping our human brothers again, we were back together again, I guess. Well, some people still believe of us as like guardians. Some thought of us as the demons, and there were demon hunters everywhere. I think you call them inquisitors. Well, there's some inquisitors, but there's also people who are protecting us, and in return, we're protecting them.
I'm going to go fact check his story. Josie, you can keep him here.
Okay. I'll keep a close eye on him.
The important question I was going to ask you, Aldrich, was how likely were you to pack up all of his stuff before this happened?
Very likely.
It's all upstairs. You just need to go look. I know for a fact none of that is there.
To be honest, it was very likely. It's like, oh, he's dead? Well, that's my room now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you all head
Did you
upstairs.
burn everything that you
No,
got?
I'm going on my own.
Yep,
Josie,
all the
you're
evidence
here.
is gone.
Yeah, Aldrich, you head upstairs and you walk into the master bedroom and you're like, yeah, no, that's right. I took all of this down. None of this is here.
But I know where I put it.
So you go and you look for. Actually, did you save any of the valuables, or did you pawn the things that look like?
I
they
feel
might have
like it's still in the process of being like redone. So there's still things in like boxes that he's going to look through and see if there's any value.
been- Did you sell anything?
Not yet, I think.
Just a skull.
Yeah.
Just a skull sitting in a room in the center of an empty room. Damn.
All right. So, sure enough, the items in question you eventually can dig up and locate. It still sounds very sketchy, but nothing about this person really checks out.
Mm-hmm. Sure, he knows about the photos, but what do we know of his intentions?
On that note, while he's reaching around, I'm just going to reach out and try to grab AJ.
What are you trying to do here, lady? What was your name again? Sybil? What are you trying to do here, Sybil?
Where's your hand?
Alright.
Give me
She
your
just
hand.
looks down. There you go. There you go.
When I grab his hand, I say, don't resist.
Oh.
I'm
And
I'm not resisting.
I'm gonna use premonition. Hey. Yay! And I mostly want to get a beat on if this guy is trustworthy, if he's useful, any of that stuff, then I will post the stuff.
Ern, what the fuck?
Hmm?
I'm in the Twitch chat. I see what's going on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No one expects the Second Inquisition.
Yep, it's fine. It's fine. Turn in those points, people.
I'm gonna willpower. 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay.
Wait, if we donate some channel points, do we get it back if it doesn't reach it?
No.
Oh, then never mind. I have 20k.
Burn it all. Burn it all. Do it. I think I had set a cap so people couldn't just hard redeem. Anyways. So...
Oh, yeah. There we go.
When you... Oh god, what just happened? I see. Well done. Well done.
I've been trying to figure out what to use them on. I have a bunch.
There you go. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Where does that put us for that?
2,000.
Yep, I'm the first one.
Alright, well then, so, what you end up seeing when you touch and you tell him, don't resist, everybody sees Sybil's eyes basically glaze over, and you end up seeing a palace of jade, 10,000 dishonored souls, children of gold. You see what you recognize as the Golden Gate Bridge. You see yourself crossing vast oceans. There's flashes of fighting in the jungle. What else can I throw out here? That's really it. That's it. And your mind snaps back after that one.
Can I take my hand now? It's Are you reading me?
Yes,
Yeah.
she is.
So,
Oh, she is. So what do you get, shaman? Or showwoman?
I say it's pronounced shaman or shaman.
Shaman. It's shaman. That's what I said. Showwoman for the woman. Is it?
But
Is
I
it gender
say,
term?
I say, and
I don't think so.
I seem to be like talking more to Josie since Aldrich's up looking for stuff. But I say, Jade Palace, dishonored souls, children of gold, crossing the Golden Gate Bridge, wandering a vast sea, fighting in the jungle.
They do come from the jungles. I mean, not the
Don't know what
depths
that
of it.
means.
You're a dishonored soul.
What?
You're a dishonored soul.
Oh, I've dishonored my soul when I become a kindred, but it's not my choice. Well, partially it was to save myself, to save me. Someone did it to save me, and in the end, I have to give them a final death for what they've done. There's a different set of rules we have. Clans.
That doesn't go very far to make you trustworthy, I don't think.
It's well, our clan's rule is that You don't make a kindred unless you have to. And by you have to, I mean if it is needed to save the family that is about to die. Like when I was, well, like if you were the last of your bloodline and you're dying, your guardian will turn you into a kindred in order to save you. But since he's also dooming the family by turning the bloodline into a kindred, and so you can't have a kid. You can have the bloodline doesn't have couldn't produce another offspring. You doom the bloodline, and you deserve a final death for that.
So you dragged someone into the darkness, and then
No,
someone else
no.
got punished because of you?
I got hurt very badly. I was the last of my family to survive a invasion by newcomers. They were trying to like get rid of our guardians, and we didn't accept that, of course. And well, my family paid the price for it. I do too. And well, my sire, or at least my someone who used to be my guardian, saved me from death's door. Turned me into a kindred, and in the end, I granted him his final death.
You're not a kindred.
Nah, I'm a kindred. They turned me into one.
You're not a kindred.
Are you trying to tell me I'm not damned? If that's so, that's mighty kind of you.
You're not
Mighty
a kindred.
kind.
I didn't say you weren't damned.
Kindreds are damned. Our kinds are damned. From what I know, or from what, well, some of my friends also know. After we know about the whole kindred's history, other than ours.
You don't have
But anyway.
the beast in you.
Maybe it's because I've been living with my human brethren. I don't know how this beast you're talking about. We call it just, we call it our instinct, our primal instinct. That's what we call it.
There's something else in you.
Interesting. How about we talk about it later? Because I'm not here to explain my culture, although I will love to do that.
Okay, you can come back later.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, okay, then I guess we'll talk now.
Yeah. So, Aldrich, you're the new owner of this place, so
Aldrich
I
went
assume
upstairs.
Oh. Guy went upstairs, huh? You wanna go look for
double
him?
check your story.
You wanna go look for him? I need to talk to someone who's the head of this operation. I assume it was Raksha before, and it was handed down to this Aldrich guy.
Yeah, well, they were sort of co-owners.
Co-owners.
Yeah, co-owners.
I mean, Raksha did mention that he was co-owning it with someone, but I didn't know it was him. Alright then. And then Ajay just walks out, goes upstairs, like he owns the place, of course, as usual, and then he just...
Oh, I would grab him.
Okay! Alright then, okay. I guess you did grab him. And it's like, what? What's wrong? I just want to talk to Aldrich. Plus, I need to look for Raksha's stuff. It's now his in a way, it's going to be handed down to his descendants now. My husband. So things should be...
That's not how the laws work here.
Yeah, we're going to wait until he comes back down, and then you can talk to him.
Waiting. You guys have a lot of time to wait when you guys have a lot of operation to do? Weren't you trying to, I don't know, what are you trying to do now?
You're
I haven't
in
heard
a
a lot
different country.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. What are you guys trying to do now, especially in here? Other than what I've heard.
Aldrich?
I mean in terms of as an Anarch.
What's an
We're
Anarch?
not going to talk about what we're doing. And that's what we're going to do. We're gonna wait until he gets back here.
Alright then, do any of you guys have a charger? Because I need to charge my phone. I'm gonna play my games in here, and I'm gonna wait.
You have games?
Of course I have games in
You
my
have games
phone.
on your phone?
Yes! I got Candy Crush, Angry Birds. My husband helped me download it.
No, we don't have any chargers. Gonna have to wait.
Alright then, I'm
Josie
gonna
then takes
play
out her
my...
charger and plugs it into her phone.
No, she
Alright.
totally would, but she totally is not. Because she is she's like glaring at this guy. Like, she is literally just waiting for Aldrich to say, he's lying, and she would just go, poo.
He's lying, kill him.
Sick 'em, boys! Sick 'em, girls!
But she would take out her phone and send a text message to Aldrich and say, hurry up, he's annoying as shit.
I guess you know why Raksha didn't
Probably
stick
since
around
it's
me
like
for long.
as I'm at the door opening it.
So, Aldrich, Sybil, and Josie, please give me intelligence etiquette rolls.
Yes. Intelligence etiquette.
2 successes.
1 success.
1 success.
All three of you are familiar with Canite society, kindred rules, and things that pertain to the Masquerade. This man is clearly not a Canite, not a kindred. They've also made several mentions of things that could put the three of you in a great deal of danger.
Yep. Hence why I'm not letting him leave the room.
I get the feeling that Josie has caught on to some of the warning flags. So I'll let you guys just come to your own conclusions on what things are concerning. But just know that there are a few things, because he's not subject to. He's not guilty of breaching the Masquerade just yet, but being in a kindred city, there will be issues if certain things happen. So it may be worth mentioning that to them and making sure they understand going forward for your own safety, because you're already being pretty heavily scrutinized.
We're on thin ice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
Josie's mindset right now is Josie does not do the talking. So Josie's gonna wait for Aldrich to get back and then be like, hey, we need to teach this guy a fucking lesson. Do you want me to do it with my fist, or do you want to use your words? Basically, what's gonna happen.
Also, Oren, your traits are still messed up.
Oh, my trait's still messed up?
Yes.
How is it still messed up? I thought it was like, there's trees.
I told you what numbers you needed.
It is. It's already trees. Yeah, there's. Wait. 1, 2.
You have 3 4s. You have
Oh,
5 3s.
But
2.
the attribute 6 plus.
No, there's no plus. You just divvy up those numbers.
No. I mean like the 6 plus attribute 6 plus on the top on the options next to the enable IP scripts.
That's not a thing. You don't worry
That
about
is a thing.
That just makes it so that
attribute
the
6 plus.
that just makes it so the attributes are extended. That it's not you get 6 plus attributes.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you have to go by what the stat allocation is.
There's like 1 on the beginning, and I was like, okay, so I guess that's the attribute 6 plus.
No.
Okay, let me just reduce that down. Let me just there. Is that all? Okay. How about that?
4, 3, 2. Yes, that's better.
Alright. It was my mistake. Sorry.
You're good.
think that's right. Hold on. I gotta double check.
Oh, that would be.
You'll need to fix your willpower and health as well to reflect
Yeah,
that.
gotta do this.
Willpower is equal to your composure plus your resolve, and health is your stamina plus 3.
You should
My
have.
health is my stamina plus 3, so
So you have the 1-4. You need 3 3s, 1, 2, 3, 4 4s, or 4 2s and a 1. Yeah, that's better.
alright. Is my willpower and health alright now?
Stamina is 3, so 7, and it was wits and resolve?
Composure
Composure
resolve.
resolve.
Composure resolve. 6, so you need to take that down. That's 5, 7, yeah. That's better. Yeah, you're good.
Alright. So I assume you're gonna have me roll something now?
Nope, I was just making sure your sheet was right, but I saw that that was off.
Okay. Okay, I thought you were referring to my ship because I was going to have a roll and my ship is already wrong.
Nope, nope,
When you
nope.
check it.
Nope, you're good. It is, however, break time. Do you guys want to take a break?
Alright.
Sure.
Okay.
Alrighty. 5 minutes, y'all. Be back.
All right.
Hopefully.
So real fast, when I take out my AirPods, it tends to like pause whatever I'm listening to. I don't know if it's gonna do that with this, but I'll let you know.
Okay.
Hey, your hair's so long straight.
That thought just surprised me.
And now you're sideways.
Hello.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I think it did pause and then it had to like reconnect for a second. Well, not pause, just turn off the sound. Do you guys want to see my cool glass? It's not glass, it's plastic technically, but
Sure.
it has a little skeleton hand on it.
That's neat.
Yeah. And then I was at Whole Foods today, and I was like, so we were gonna get macaroons, but they were out of our flavor that we liked. And I was like, oh shoot, I have my vampire game tonight, and I can buy alcohol. So I was like, I should buy something that looks like blood. Well, no, I already had this from Halloween, but the drink I bought. Yeah, it's
Blood looking.
sangria.
Mm.
I've had sangria before though. Yeah, I know. It's frizzante red sangria, all natural. Yeah. But yeah, so that was fun. Like, there was a bunch of drama going on with some of our cosplay friends. Yeah. Sponsor us, Real Housewives. I didn't. I don't think so. It's been flying in my face all night. I've realized it's not the same one. Because I killed one the other night, and then it came back. Came back from the dead. I just don't want to kill it over my glass. However, it did just land on my finger and I killed it. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, it's not the same one. I can't hear you, Ren.
It's because we're muted. You couldn't hear anything we were saying.
I can hear Shay.
Oh, that was because I was pressing my push to talk.
Well, there you go.
But then I stopped doing that and started talking because I figured we were back.
Nope. No, we're back now. What's everybody eating? Pizza?
I have popcorn.
Popcorn.
And then I was showing them my cool cup that had the skeleton hand.
Ooh, I did see you were enjoying some either wine or Dr. Pepper.
No, it's sangria.
Sangria. Dr. Pepper flavored sangria.
Gross.
Dr. Pepper is not gross. How dare.
No, Dr. Pepper is definitely not gross, but that mixed with sangria would be horrible.
No, it would be Dr. Pepper flavored sangria. It wouldn't be mixed.
There's only three sodas that I'm okay with drinking, and most of the time I mix them with other things.
This is why I don't have to share my Dr. Pepper.
I don't drink
Woo.
Dr. Pepper.
This is why I don't have to share my
You
Dr.
can't mix
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper with anything.
Actually, you can. It mixes very well with rum.
No, you want to mix Coke with rum.
Dr. Pepper is incredible.
Dr.
with rum.
Pepper.
I've heard Coke with rum sucks.
Coke with rum is actually really good. You got to have a really good. You got to have a really good rum for it, and usually vanilla Coke is better. But the spice in Dr. Pepper goes well with rum.
Fun.
So everybody ready?
Yes.
Yep.
No.
Oh, sorry, I guess we're not playing, guys.
Well, that's it. That's all, folks. Abba-dabba-dabba-da.
All right, so Aldrich, it's about this time that you've finished reading the text message and make your way back down.
Alright. Aldrich will open the door and close it behind him.
I tried leaving.
To check on you.
I'm not the one that needs checking on.
Fair.
You shouldn't. You should not ever talk about I just stopped there.
I think
Okay.
I would just be like, I'd be like, no, we can tell him the ways of the society if he survives this next part.
The pictures he mentioned were there, but just because he's knows Raksha doesn't mean we can trust him.
Fair. And I'll do anything to gain your trust. Except for killing myself, because that's not how you gain trust.
I have an idea. Why don't you kill yourself?
The
I got that idea from you.
Learned it from watching you.
That's funny.
No, it's not.
first
kinda
thing,
Suicide's never a laughing matter.
the first thing I would say to gain our trust is don't break the masquerade.
And what is a masquerade? I don't really remember what it was, but I do remember faintly because they were really against one of the masquerade really was against one of my clan's traditions, which is why we're kind of on the Anarch side.
The masquerade's the reason Raksha's dead.
Basically, it's don't let
No.
yeah. Like
So, like, who knows?
The humans.
as you fight them.
Yeah.
Don't let them know what you are.
That is
Yep.
punishable by final death, as your friend learned.
That was one of the rules that we, my clan, were against after all. Yeah. I just talked to you about this because, well, as far as I know, you guys are on my side because you're Raksha's friends, and Raksha's only friends with people who are tolerable to this kind of thing.
Well, that's another thing. If you think someone's your friend, they're most likely not, especially if they're a kindred.
That's one thing that I learned, but I didn't know it applies here too. But okay, I'll see that. So I can't trust you, or you.
No, you can trust me.
That's
I wouldn't say
something
you
that
can
is.
trust me.
Alright then, I guess we're on our own, even though we're going after one goal.
Yep,
Huh.
that's the way it works.
I guess that's why the Anarchs never really made it to make their cause they never really make their cause.
Oh, hang on,
a
guys.
thing.
It
What's that?
says we're offline?
Oh, yeah.
Why? We're still running. Oh, nope. There's the connection interruption.
Hmm.
What the hell? I actually got a notification this time. No, our whole thing dropped. We're still here, right? On here?
We're connected.
Yeah, no, it just
Now it
died.
is.
Oh, it's
Well,
back.
now I'm getting an ad.
No, but
Yeah.
it died. Like, it dropped completely to zero.
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird. Okay, well, this is why I record. So, right. What everybody was saying was, we can't trust each other, and then you all drew guns on one another, and Josie somehow had 2 guns.
But what was he about to say about the Anarchs?
Oh yeah, he was about to say this is why the Anarchs never made never achieved their goal, because you can't trust each other.
To an extent.
To be fair,
an
he
extent.
literally showed up on our doorstep today with no warning.
I mean, I got sent here with no warnings too, so that makes the 2 of us, or at least the 3 or 4 of us now.
Don't talk about Anarchs.
He was talking all that
Alright.
bad shit about you Anarchs.
Keep it discreet.
Yes.
I assume we're in the enemy's territory then.
Yes.
Yep.
And to be frank, your friend made it a lot harder.
What did he do?
Apparently, he mentioned something about we're coming for you right before he died.
He doesn't. Yeah. That's Russia, alright. He likes to boast, and he's never the discreet type. He's more like a full frontal kind of guy. That's one of his last words, right?
I don't know what his last words were. I wasn't there.
None of us were.
But that was what written in there, and you guys assumed that it was, right?
I assume it was
Most
something he
likely.
said to them.
Alright, it's something that he said to them. I
And
don't
that
think
was
he's a
delivered.
rat, but
And that his remains were delivered tonight. So, basically, this coterie is on thin fucking ice.
what Masquerade did he reach again?
From what I heard, first he exposed his powers by having a foot race across the rooftops of Vancouver. And then he ended up killing another kindred, which is grounds for execution.
Going on a race and killing a kindred. Who was he racing
Second was the
with?
Second was the reason that he was killed. First, like you were about to ask, I did the same thing. I wasn't killed. I had to kill someone, but that was it.
So
It wasn't
you...
Raksha. I did not.
Yeah, I know. I can't even tell.
Also, thank you, Diesel Shot, for the host.
Woo!
Woo! Alright, so back to what AJ was saying. So you had a race with him. Who wins?
Me.
Of course. It was never he was never the quick type. What was he thinking? But I'm glad that before he was given a final death, at least he can taste what freedom is like. He was always wants to be running, even though he's a slow one, that's for sure. I bested him in the run for easily. And well, if I could assume that whoever kindred that he killed,
He couldn't
Must
beat
be-
Atalanta.
nah, he couldn't. He's far from beating anyone in the race, honestly. But
You know what happens is when you lose to Atalanta?
he got killed.
Yes.
But he got killed not because of losing the race, but because he killed someone. And whoever he killed, well, probably enjoyed it, or maybe he was one of the Camerilla. But at least he died the way he wants to be, killing someone, killing someone in the name of freedom. He's a fool, but admirable fool is what I'm trying to say. So, what's your plan now? You going to throw me out of the door? Go ahead and do it. Want to welcome me into your coterie? Whatever you call it? I'll be in. I'm here to help. That's all I am.
You
What
already
do
gave
you
him the
want?
boot. No, I'm kidding.
I just look at Aldrich.
But what do you want?
You're asking me or are you asking
I'm asking you.
me? I want to collect my old friend's remains, make him proud by helping his group achieve what they want, what you want. And once I'm done here, I'll return home and I'll bury him. I'll give his family some of his stuff, if you don't mind me taking them or sending them back to his family. You could burn them or do whatever you want, but if you don't mind, I like to keep a few photos of him myself. He's a dear friend of mine.
Aldrich?
If you're going to be here, we are working with constraints. Right now, we are following the Camerilla's code, so that way we can work under their radar, essentially.
But now we're on the radar.
We are absolutely on their radar right now. So we need to back off and lay low for at least a couple weeks, maybe even up to a few months.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in hiding, huh?
And we'll keep you in extra hiding.
Alright. I'm fine with that. I've been hiding my whole life before, so as long as I'm staying indoors and I'm not too hungry to be going out, I'll stay inside. Now, one of you can just stick by my side however long you can, just to make sure that I'm not one of the spies or anything. I don't mind.
He's a spy, get him!
I mean, he did say that.
Since, well, you guys are not sure of me. And from what I know, and the insinuation I'm getting here, your life here as a kindred is much more hard than where I came from. Especially with you not being able to trust anyone, even your own kind, even your own group, to an extent, quote unquote.
AKA you. I trust those two fine.
Also, you mentioned talking to your husband. You definitely can't mention anything over an unsecured line.
Alright then.
As
So
you mentioned
I'll
before, the
just have to ask.
Inquisition.
There's nothing to worry about the Inquisition.
If they come in, then everyone in Vancouver is fucked.
Not even they can stop the nightmare.
Nah, dealing with Inquisitor is something that I've done in the past, so yeah, I really hope they don't come here to hope.
Way
It's
to
not something
jinx
we
it.
really have.
Hmm?
But that's not something we really have.
Well, you gotta have a little more faith in things if you want to move forward. What else is driving you to move forward other than faith, hope, and well, a bit of like positivity here and there. Look on the bright side, as they call it.
Do the damned have hope?
Now we still have hope. Fact is, the fact that my clan is trying its best by protecting our human brethren, that's a hope there. But I can't talk about it now.
Oh, now you can't talk about it.
Yeah, because as you mentioned, I can be talking about, a society of kindreds being friends with humans. But, yeah,
Not in the open. Back here, we're fine.
alright.
Unless you're mic'd, which I probably should have checked for.
I'm Mike. My name is Ajay, not Mike.
Whatever.
His name is IJ.
So, but now, we're gonna be sitting in this room all night long. At least we're gonna have a drink.
Forever.
No, me and Sybil are leaving. That's what we were doing when you came in.
Ah. Well, don't let me interrupt you. Go ahead and leave. Have a nice night. The both of you.
Josie, did you tell Aldrich where you were going?
Yeah, he was the one that suggested it.
Okay. Aldrich, did you suggest a nightclub for them to go to on the rack?
I don't know
Oh.
of anyone specifically.
Yeah, I don't know.
There
what
is
like
one.
out of
specifically, I just
character.
There is one you know of.
Not that one.
You don't want to send him into that one?
Nah.
Alright, fine.
knew. Yeah.
Are
We're
you
just gonna go to
sure?
That's what I was like, well, okay. So, no, that's not what's going to happen because he's not going to send you there.
Yeah. I said I would arrange a meeting. That's going to be on neutral ground.
Nope. He'll get there when he's good and ready, woman. But so the two of you head off to the rack. Then, are you just going out to feed? Or are you going to actually cut loose and party? What's the plan for the two of you?
Party.
Yeah, we're gonna try and find friends.
Friends. Friend party.
Friend party. Okay, no, that's good. So the two of you head off, and you just pick a nightclub at random. When the two of you arrive, this is a. Are you going for any kind of club in particular, Josie?
Well, Sybil's young, right?
I appear to be 14.
Oh, well, that's going to be a course of a different color.
Wait, let me
Yeah.
check just to be sure. Yep, I appear to be 14.
Appear to be 14. 1 second. Now I need to confer with Ark in private.
I can change it if
That's
it's
okay.
necessary.
No, you've already been this age for a while. I just didn't realize it was that young. Who turns a baby into a vampire?
It's generally not a good idea.
Oh, I can fix it then.
You can. You're already here. It just means that there's going to be some scrutinizing if the Camerilla find out about you.
I mean, they
They
know
have.
about her.
They do. They know details. They don't know about her. So the Josie, you look old enough to go to a bar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you plan on getting this 14-year-old into a bar?
I wasn't planning on it.
Gotcha. What is your plan?
I was thinking like if there's like a teen hangout or something, we could go, but like sort of like a mixture, I guess.
You're going to
Something that's,
you're looking for a teen club then, because those exist.
basically, but like yeah, because I technically I saw that you I think clicked over. Well, yeah, I appear 18 years old,
Mm-hmm.
so I can technically like get in if I really wanted to. But my ID does say I'm 21, but I could also just my old ID.
Yeah.
Or not old, my fake one.
Well, it's not even that. Like you may look young, but you know true age is old enough that your now deceased ID would still be valid. It would just look like
Yeah.
you hadn't aged very well, or hadn't aged
Yeah.
at all, rather.
Yeah.
So, but that's also the risk of, do you still have your ID, or do you have a fake ID, which you mentioned?
Oh, no, I have a fake one that says I'm like 21,
Mhm.
but technically, I could just say I don't have an ID
Yep.
because
Sure.
I'm too young to have one.
So looking for youth club then.
Hmm.
Okay. It's only like 11 o'clock, and these clubs probably don't stay open past 1 o'clock because younger kids, curfews, etc. So you've got a couple hours that you could spend there. The two of you get dressed, doll up, and head out. The youth club is playing the hit pop music of the time. There's some, it's just a lot of good dance music, and the bar is retrofitted to instead be like milkshakes in a soda bar instead.
Yeah.
Where they do like, not like they'll just pour you a soda, but like they actually make like handmade special Italian sodas and stuff where they like put the flavors and stuff in. It's not
Also, like, I was gonna say, I know also some places do like Red Bull mixed drinks and stuff.
Yeah, and they've got those. Like, it's not supposed to be patronizing for the fact that you're underage. Like, they're actually somebody made a genuine attempt to make this a good experience. Because you're not old enough to go to a real bar. So you have options there, but there are a number of young warm bodies that are enjoying an escape from their parents and the difficulties of school, the pressures of being popular, and the music is going. What do the two of you do once you've stood in line and entered into this club?
I would tell Sybil to keep an eye out for any of our
I will start putting out feelers, as in mind feel. I'll start reading the auras and see if I sense anything unnatural. Yeah. Ha. I'm spending another willpower. I can do one more. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
So there are no kindred in this club. The general idea is you have all of eternity. Why would you waste this gift on young individuals when you don't know how they'll turn out? They're not developed enough to understand the damages caused by the embrace. You want Malkavians? That's how you get Malkavians.
Alright.
Nobody
Cool.
here. Nobody like us.
Fun. Well then,
Want to
we
dance?
can hang out. Yeah, I was gonna say, we can hang out for a little and then head on out and actually try and look for people like on the streets or something. I don't know.
I'll dance with Josie for a little bit, since it seems like a safe place from any other wandering kindred.
Certainly. And so
Yeah,
the two of
let's do the
you,
same.
since you're dancing, give me dexterity plus performance.
And I have a specialty in dancing.
Hooray. Awesome. Performance. Dexterity.
Oh no, not 2, 1.
1. I am definitely not leading.
So, Joshi, you are a very gifted dancer dancing with a blind woman, so, or a blind child. It is very obvious to anybody watching that you're leading the dance steps, and Sybil is dancing, if you could call it that. But she probably doesn't know any better because she's blind and probably hasn't had any real dancing to speak of.
I'd be teaching her along the way.
Mm-hmm. And so, the two of you just enjoy some time, and nothing really comes of it. This is just a night for the two of you to get away and blow off some steam with all of the bad stuff that's been happening.
I mentally check off one more thing off my bucket list. My after bucket list.
Mm-hmm. This is enough time for you all to have spent, and you, unless you actively start interacting with anybody else, we'll say that you spend the duration of the time here until last call and the closing down. For the two of you to just enjoy the time dancing. You have unnatural vitality, so you are free to move and dance to the rhythm of the music as you see fit, without needing to tire or take a break.
Yeah. There's no one of interest here, so I wouldn't talk to anyone. I mean, like, I might, not, talk to anyone about anything, like...
You came out to make friends, but there's no one here that you want to talk to.
Yeah, because they're not the type of friends I was looking for.
We can go... We can go walk. We can go for a walk somewhere.
Go to the beach?
I like the beach. Let's go to a different beach, though.
Not the one with the hobos. AKA the other people that we just met. Not met.
Not the one they're watching.
What'd you say? Sorry. I zoned out. Halfway.
Not the one they're watching.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. Yeah, we'll go on. Let me see the map, hold on. We'll go to the area by the raft, the beach area over there.
Okay.
So it's more on that little inlet.
Mm-hmm. And so the two of you head off to go find some time at the beach. While you are traveling, we'll cut the cameras back to the bar where Aldrich and Ajay are passing the time at the Velvet Getaway. What are the two of you up to?
Ajay would like to have a drink, of course. I feel like he's going to be like, I'm going to the bag. I'll see if I can taste any drinks. I think Russia have ones from our country stashed away somewhere. I just have to look for it. I got a good nose.
Aldrich, do you let this random stranger start rifling through your back rooms?
No. Where are you going?
I'm here to grab some booze, that's for sure.
You did cross a bar to get into the back room. That might be simpler than trying to rifle through an establishment that is not really yours.
So, Audric, was it?
Yes.
Right.
And I don't believe you ever shared your name.
Oh, did I? Did I? Ah, strange. Well, my name is Ajay Chandra. And then he offers his hands out for a handshake.
I'll shake his hand.
Alright. You're much more friendlier than your friends, your other friends there. You're close with Raksha?
I wouldn't say particularly.
So you're only business partners with each other, huh?
More or less.
Ah, I see. Strange. Well, what do you know about him?
He's from Indonesia. He owned a bar, and he died.
Fun and simple. Alright, I guess you're not that close. I will tell you that. He's always a chummy one. So, for someone who knows so little of him, I guess he was being very careful here. He adapts even easier than me.
He was anything but careful here.
Yeah, I snickered at that too.
Well, you mind grabbing a drink with me then? We can share a drink and I can talk to you about anything you want to know. Or maybe you can talk to me about your plan if you want. Or I can tell you about my plan in mind.
Yes, why don't you tell me what you are planning now that you're here?
First of all, I'm gonna help you guys. And from what I know, since you guys are on thin ice, I think you might be going for trying to do some bootlicking to the Camerilla to get their trust. Or maybe like get up to their ranks enough so that we won't get harmed or being looked at. And my plan would be for us to perhaps use that to our advantage. While we bootlicking and do their biddings, we can look for friends.
Yes, that was essentially our plan.
What a predictable one. Oh my god, I've done this a lot, have I? I'm sorry, I'm stroking my own cock here.
Yes, very rude to do in someone else's establishment.
Anyway, yeah. Mind if we grab a drink then? I'm parched. I don't mean food, as in, you know. I just really want to drink some alcohol.
You can have what you like.
So you don't mind me going to find some booze then?
We have booze up at the bar.
Alright, I'm gonna look for that booze that I'm looking for. Say, how about the other waitress there? I see a lot of like people working here. Who are they? Are they also part of your cause?
Not exactly.
Oh, why are they here? How did they come here?
It's a long story.
Oh, do tell. I have all night. And for as far as I know, you have all night.
Tell me what you know about the Book of Nod.
What if I tell you this is the first time I heard about it? Or at least remember that is a thing.
The Book of Nod tells of a time when the VtM vampires will thin to a point where they can't be considered Canaanites anymore.
An outcast.
And the time of the thin blood will rise and bring about Gehenna, the end times. The Camerilla believes that they can stave off this Gehenna by killing the Thin Bloods, or the Duskborn as we call them. The ones here aren't here because they want to be. We'll be sending them on their way soon enough.
So, this Gehenna, what happens during the end times?
The Methuselahs and the clan founders will rise up and hunt down all the children, as well as the end time for all of our kind.
And that will be our redemption for our damn blood. Well, I find that people who are trying to stop what was prophesied to happen only ended up making the prophecy a thing. So, Camerilla is more of a fool than I thought.
Yes. There's a reason we fight against them after all.
Now, what's your reason then?
What do you know about the ministry, the followers of Set?
I've heard of it mentioned before. A bunch of slave keep, I recall. Not really my cup of tea, since slavery was a thing that I'm quite against. But to each of their own. As long as the guys don't mess with us, we're not gonna mess with you.
Well, let's just say we don't exactly get on with the Camerilla, and we've thrown in our lot with the Anarchs.
Really? And how come you guys doesn't bond well with the Camerilla?
There's a time a few years ago where we believe that someone sabotaged one of our meetings with them, killing quite a few of our elders as well as a few Camarilla Justicars. It hasn't been really healed.
Those kind of betrayal, it lasts for centuries. I was there too. A lot of clans have crossed mine. A lot of them, mostly the Fencers, but I'm particularly more against the Quajium, because they're the one who done a lot of bloodshed fast. And who do you suppose perpetrate this event, this betrayal?
Specifically, all the evidence points to the Banu Hakim.
Stealthy type, aren't they?
Yes, and there is one of them in the city acting as a deputy to the sheriff.
Oh, one of them are a deputy?
I'd be lying if I said that didn't worry me a little.
Oh, that should worry you a lot. This Banu Hakims. I don't remember if I've dealt with them in the past, but I've remembered some of my friends fallen from them. They're nasty types, aren't they? Do anything for the blood of our own kind. And they say we were bad. Banu Hakims are much more vile than they look, or at least they claim to be. But we have something in common. Some hates for the Banu Hakim, although not too much. And then AJ just goes and finally grabs a drink, like a bottle from like one of the shelves, pops it open, drinks it. He got like, does he have a, what was it? I think he got the merit for like drinking
Eat
and
food.
eating. Yeah, eat food. Let me check.
You do.
Yeah, I do. So yeah, drinks. And then offers to Aldrich. So, wanna have a drink?
He holds up his hand, shakes his head.
Alright then, more for me. This take is weeks. So, tell me about your friends. Sybil and Josie, was it?
What about them?
Well, one of them seems to have visions or able to see things. Another, I like her moxie.
They're an interesting company.
You know their clients?
Yes, I do.
Can you share it with me?
If they wanted you to know, they would have told you.
Nah. Typical. You kindreds here. Pretty secretive about things. Well, I've said a lot, so I guess I owe you some explanation if you want to ask. I'm sure you wouldn't mind
You mentioned
answering.
you weren't expecting a trip today.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So how did you get here?
Like I said, I was teleported. That's what they call it, right? I met up with a guy in a suit. He gave me this card, and he holds up the card that the strangers gave to him. And then he said, rip it open when I need him. And honestly, I'm just gonna keep this thing because I'm not sure I trust if he means he's going to appear if I rip this thing open. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna explode. You can never be sure about people in suits. They're always up to some shady shit.
He says to the man wearing a suit.
Yeah, someone wearing a suit.
Man in a suit. You've seen a lot of those lately, Aldrich.
So the Jack of Diamonds.
Oh yeah. The car is a Jack of Diamonds, yeah. Is that what it's called? Jack of Diamonds? It's one of the mold ones.
That's the playing card.
Hmm. Well, what else?
So are you coming up with any plans specifically going forward?
Define going forward.
Your next move? Are you going to try to find people to talk to? Are you going to try talking to the sheriff? I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know how you kindreds here do your thing here. So I'm just going by the rules for now. I'm just gonna follow you because I trust that you have a lot of knowledge about kindred society here. So I'm obliged to follow the rules. And after that, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like I said before, I'm gonna continue my fallen friend's mission, carry it out, and once I'm finished with it, I'm going back home and I'm going back with my retirement again. I'm gonna continue my retirement. I'm too old for this shit.
Alright. Ajay,
Yes.
I need to go out tonight. Don't rifle through my stuff. I'll know. Trust me.
You mean Raksha stuff?
Just don't go anywhere.
You
Keep
want
your
me to
head
sit
level.
here? You want me to sit here all night? Then I'll do my best. I'm gonna grab more drinks if you don't mind. Alter the night. I'm just gonna drunk away the night, as they call it.
Just don't put us out of stock.
Will do.
Remember.
Have a nice
to-
night, Aldrich.
Aldrich, where are you going for the rest of the evening?
Aldrich is going to take Daniel. They are going to head out to a small flower shop. Aldrich is going to pick up a bouquet of roses. And he is going to tell Daniel to take him to Mountain View Cemetery.
Okay. So, was this a plan that you arranged ahead of time? Because you know that it's probably after 10 o'clock by now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you and Daniel get into the car and you make your way down the paved streets of this cold night. A lot of the snow has been pushed to the sides. People on the road, on the road and the streets are very sparse. There's not many people, and it leaves you for a chance to have some quiet contemplation with everything that's going on. The visit to the flower shop is quick and easy. The owner had held the shop open long enough for you to arrive, and you pick up some flowers. They're beautifully arranged, the appropriate sort of flowers and colors befitting taking to a cemetery. And does Daniel take you anywhere before going to the cemetery, or is this a take you to the cemetery sort of thing?
It's
Just making sure I understood your instructions. You said for him to go to the cemetery. Is he taking you, or is he dropping
he's taking me.
Okay. So the two of you arrive at this cemetery. The driveway leading into it, it's one of those half-circle roundabouts. There are no other cars, and the groundskeeper's little area is lit, but they're not paying too much attention. Even in the evening time, the access to the graveyard is more or less open because they have a good view of everything that goes on of the grounds without needing to worry about people vandalizing or grave robbing. There are rows upon rows of headstones and a few dotted mausoleum crypts for people with more money to inter their deceased. But where in particular are you heading?
Aldrich walks over to the children's plots, and he goes to one of the graves, kneels down, sets down the flowers, and then he waits for about a good...
What do we see on the gravestone?
The name on the gravestone is Cameron Schofield.
Cameron Schofield. Alright. And then you said you wait. How long were you waiting?
He is staying there a good 3 to 5 minutes. He's looking at the grave. He's staying in the kneeling position.
As you're waiting, there's a soft crunch in the snow. It sounds like a single pair of shoes making their way up the area, and Daniel gives you just the lightest tap on the shoulder before he turns to see who's coming, and a familiar voice is heard a good distance away, clearly keeping a bit of pace, and they say, I thought I was the only one who liked to frequent graveyards in the evening. Mr. Lee, good evening. You hear the voice of Mr. Skull.
I'll stand up and face him. Mr. Skull?
I trust your coterie have not been getting into trouble this evening, or the last couple nights.
Of course not.
That's good.
We're on our best behavior now.
Excellent. That is exactly the model that the Camerilla wishes for ones such as yourself to follow. That's why I am happy to maintain independence. Such rules are not expected of you as long as you respect the status quo.
What brings you out on this fine evening?
Oh, I always do a bit of moonlighting, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't having you followed.
I assumed so.
I wanted to talk to you, my dear boy. Work out a deal. Servants enjoy deals after all.
It depends on what the deal entails.
I am very interested in procuring the remainder of the stock you have in the Velvet Getaway. I am willing to offer you a very lucrative deal, Mr. Lee.
And what is this deal?
I can arrange for you to get very close to your enemies. I can make sure once your team is ready to strike that such an opportunity can present itself. Understand that the clock is moving very quickly for you all now. Your friend, before his departure, made a rather noisy declaration, and while the main dogs of the prince are away, news has likely reached their ear by now. You will be hard-pressed to complete anything you need to do if they get back.
You've spoken about an idea, but nothing concrete.
No, things are never quite so concrete, but you would have my word, and I'm a man of my word. Mr. Lee, I could provide you with information, let you know when the opportunity presents itself before it is too late. It is what you need, after all, an opportunity. And what are the lives of a few undesirables in the grand scheme of things for the revolution?
Okay, so I can out of character, so I can be clear. He wants the thin blood, not the actual bar.
Yes, he very much alluded that he was looking to acquire the remainder of your stock.
I thought you were talking about like stocks in like a company for some reason.
No, bars don't tend to work that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very subtly saying, yes, give me. I want to trade the thin bloods. What is it that your people need? Weapons? Vehicles? I can make these sort of arrangements for you. We can talk on a case-by-case basis. I would owe you for 3, after all.
You would owe me for 4.
Oh, no.
After all, you took 1 already.
That one was freely given.
But not by me.
They were not yours to give. The mutt did that.
I will consider this offer.
Good. Think it over.
Should I deem it necessary, where would you like me to put them?
Were you to deem it necessary, we'll make arrangements to acquire them from you. Might I suggest keeping some of the finer details of our arrangement from the rest of your coterie? They tend to be very hot-blooded.
Strange considering what we are.
I know.
That did not pick up.
He says, I know. It's very ironic. But I gotta stop looking at that picture. It's very ironic, but the ones that burned the brightest did burn out the quickest already. I will say, Mr. Lee, I'm a bit disappointed in the amount of progress you've made thus far. You've been here for weeks, and all you have to show for territory is a run-down bar. Perhaps once you have some time to consider this deal, we can make arrangements for you to have some proper headway in this revolution.
That would be quite useful.
Good. As a show of good faith, Mr. Lee, why don't I give you something? And he holds both hands up, and he starts to step closer towards you.
I'm not going to stop him.
Okay. He steps within reach of you, and then he looks to Daniel, who has a hand in his coat, and he says, I'm going to reach into my coat. Please don't have your friend shoot me. And he reaches into his coat. He takes out a vial, and he says, recently, I've come across certain items. He holds up a vial in one hand, and then he holds up a pistol in the other. And he says, this is blood from a fae, one of the summer court. Its properties could be helpful if you know how to use it. He holds the gun hand off of the trigger, This is loaded with silver rounds. You might be able to use this to instigate problems with the Garo and have them act out against the Camerilla, direct their wrath as a smokescreen. I can give you one now as a show of faith.
I'll take the vial and I'll hold my hand out.
And he hands it over to you, and the blood feels surprisingly warm to the touch. It's a deep crimson, and it feels exceedingly warm against your cold flesh.
And I will tuck it away, out of sight.
Mr. Lee, I hope to hear from you soon, and I hope you seriously take my offer and my warning into consideration. I don't offer these sort of deals to any kindred.
Then I assume I've piqued your interest.
You have proven more than competent.
If that is all, your offer and warnings will be brought under the deepest consideration.
Very good. Enjoy the rest of your night, Mr. Lee,
And you as well, Mr. Skull.
and he doesn't turn. He takes a moment to look down to the gravestone. Mr. Lee, would you like to speak to them?
No. Let the dead lie.
Not truly my forte, but as you wish. And he gives an exaggerated bow. And then he starts to walk off, leaving a trail in the snow. And he gets into a vehicle that had parked behind yours and Daniel's black van, and they leave.
Aldrich will turn back to the grave, kneel down once more. A single red blood tear streams down his cheek. He wipes it off before it can reach the snow. He stands up, turns to Daniel. Don't speak to anyone about what we discussed.
Lips are sealed, boss.
Let's go back to the bar.
Of course. Cutting back to the bar then, with you all driving back. I almost called you Raksha, and that's not right. Ajay, you are sitting at the bar now.
You already missed him.
I already miss a lovable goofball. You're sitting at the bar on a stool because Ilda, basically, when you tried to walk behind the counter to help yourself, a sprightly, curly, red-haired woman is like, "The fuck are you doing? Get back!" And she immediately pushes you out, and she's like, "Out! I don't care who you say you know." And she, she's like, "If you want a drink, you sit down." And she makes you, she opens up a tab for you, but basically the Thin Bloods, who don't reveal their own identity, but the three of them basically are keeping an eye on you because they saw you back there, but they still don't know who you are because nobody told them that another random Indonesian vampire was going to show up. But you're sitting at the bar, and you've probably been working on a rather strong drink this whole time, and the door to the bar opens up, and a woman starts to wander in, and her clothes look disheveled in the sense that she's homeless. She has a very heavy winter coat. She's got torn leather gloves that are cut at the fingers, and she's got 3 or 4 scarves wrapped around, and a beanie of a dark greenish color. She walks by and she sits down, and her hair is matted and stringy black, kind of oily, like she hasn't had a shower in a while. She sits down and she looks to the bartender, Ilda, and she's like, "Get me something to drink. Warm, please. I don't get to feel the warmth very often." And she puts down some coins, and they're not whatever the, I want to say quarter, and I know that's not right. Whatever the Canadian currency, she puts down coins for the Canadian currency. Or they're not the Canadian currency that she puts down, but in fact she puts down what you immediately recognize as gold. She just sets them down and she's like, whatever this can buy me. And they are stamped for, the iconography has like a boat on it and like a little man with a sword, and there's some Latin written on it, but she slides it quickly over, and Ilda raises a brow and she's like, "Shit, you want top shelf?" And she's like, "Just whatever is fine. I'll take anything." And she's like, "Okay," and so she like gets her something to drink, and the woman just kind of sighs and looks down at the counter. She's like, "Huh? I thought they'd be here. They're not here. They were supposed to be here. That's what I saw. That's what I was told." "Okay. Can wait a little bit. It should be fine." And she's seated right next to you, talking to herself.
He just stares at her like that, and then he's like, "Who are you talking about, lady?"
Not friends. I was told to come find them. I needed to speak to them. They need help, and they can help me. I was supposed to meet them for something. Yes, that's it. I need their help, and you don't happen to two female and one no, not lizard. Tattoos, hair, handsome. I think the kids are calling them fellas now.
Fellas.
Yeah, the ones with the.
Oh. What kind of help do you need from them?
She kind of looks at you and she's like, you're, wow, well, they're ones who know the taxi driver, and you're like ones who follow the Jade Emperor. So, whatever I can tell you probably isn't going to connect because the wires will cross.
Wires will be crossed, huh?
Yeah, it's complicated.
Well, what if I told you that I haven't?
If you what?
If I happen to know them.
I mean, you don't even know who I'm talking about. I don't even know who I'm talking about.
I might know, but I'm gonna need to make sure that, well, as they say, the rule, you can be trusted.
Oh, I got it. You want me to kill myself?
No, don't be killing yourself now. And then I just looking around and see if this woman has any weapons are.
No, she
like,
doesn't. she holds out a no. She doesn't. She doesn't do that. And she smiles for a minute. She's like, "Oh, that's such a bad joke. You shouldn't joke about stuff like that."
So, lady, that coin that you gave to the bartender, mind telling me about it? It looks pretty cool. Where did you get those? I like coins. I like weirdly carved coins. I got a stash of it myself back home. So, yeah,
Oh.
just tell me.
I've held on to these for a while. These are East India Company. Just outside of shit. I want to make sure I say the name right. Oh yeah, it was minted in Jaipur.
Oh, Jayapura.
Jaipur. Yeah, it's outside of New Delhi.
Huh. I know that. Yeah, they seen this. You mean like the Dutch?
No. East India Company. They were British traders.
Oh,
They
they were similar to them.
yeah, England controlled, like, China and all the trade stuff through India and stuff. It was the empire for a while, long time. Yeah, I've had these for a while.
Well, if you wait for a little bit, my comrades will come.
Comrades. Okay. I can wait. I've got at least another century.
Centuries? How old are you, lady?
Old enough to drink.
That's a lot. That doesn't.
That's
That
at least
doesn't really
21.
That's at least 21.
That doesn't really pinpoint much about your. I know for a fact you'll be in the age of you'll be in the drinking age, lady. But I mean.
Oh, I've been around the proverbial block. So let's see, what could be a good frame of reference? You remember that guy? He was a guy, and he was great. He rode a horse.
Napoleon?
I mean, he was pretty great too. But no, further south and east.
South and east. Man, you're speaking riddles, lady. Are you sure you're not a prophet?
Ha 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 ha. We've been called that.
What's this guy then? If it's not Napoleon. There's a lot of great people riding horses back in the days. I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of them dead.
It started with an A and it ended with an S. Conquered the world. Really big stick up his butt, and that wasn't when his generals were there.
Alexander's the Great.
Yeah, that's the guy.
He's not that kind of a guy. Maybe in his title, but I'm not. I don't know the guy personally.
Oh, we lost our cameras again. He was great enough to name like 20 cities after himself. I don't know why he keeps doing that. Good enough to name a bunch of cities after himself.
What does this have to do with you then? and the coins.
It didn't. You asked me a question and I answered. So, coins I got from Dakor. I've been holding on to it for a while. That's what I told you. You asked me how old I was. I said I was old enough to know this guy. He was great. Horses. It's about this time that Josie and Sybil walked through the bar door.
Hello.
Oh, hi guys. Well, I've been chatting up a storm with this lady over here. Seems like this lady, she really want to meet you guys. Go ahead, lady.
I was hoping for friends.
Now you got yourself a friend here. This lady over here, she speaks in riddles.
Hi. Happy to make both of your acquaintances. And she points to Sybil. You're Josie, and points to Josie, and you're Sybil.
Yep, I'm Sybil. I didn't see any of that.
Huh. Strike that, reverse it. You're Josie, you're Sybil. Right. Sometimes this thing doesn't work.
It's okay. It gets pretty close, you know that.
Well,
Sometimes it's like it's very mercurial.
Yeah. There used to be a time where they said Mercury would actually help you gain insight. That's not true.
There was a time when they said that volcano fumes would help you gain insight too.
Yeah, it's usually better when you throw them in the volcano, though. So, hey, why don't we talk in the back? I hear that the back is the safer place for conversations.
Okay.
Sure is.
I'm gonna text Altric.
We're fucking weird
There's
people keep showing up.
Yeah.
Dad, there's a lot of people at the door.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, a weird lady showed up wanting to talk to us. Again.
I
Or a
also
weird person. I'm not even gonna say lady. A weird person showed up wanting to talk to us in the back. Again. So we're gonna go talk, I guess.
I
And then I'm
also
gonna just start leading her towards the back.
yeah. I also reach out kind of blindly in the direction of her voice to shake her hand.
She sees your hand and she kind of like immediately flinches away from it and like actively is dodging your touch.
Come on.
Ends up with her like leaning over the bar to get away.
Yep, and she ends up tumbling onto the other side of the bar and she's like, I'm okay. She gets back up onto her feet. No touching, please. Personal space. I don't know where your hands have been.
Attached
That's
to my
not
wrist.
true. Of course you do.
I do. And I still don't want you to touch me. Just wash your hands more.
I know what you did at the youth club.
I know what you did at the youth club.
It's really hard to find the sink sometimes.
So you start to lead her to the back.
Yeah, Josie would just be like, come on.
Ooh.
Right.
Totally done with everyone right now.
And he's like, ooh, are you gonna call me in too, or do you want me to stay out here?
No, you're definitely coming in as well.
Alright then, let me just grab a boost beforehand.
And
What's your tab right now?
as she's walking, she's like, "Tell Eldrick I said hi."
I just whisper over and say, Elva, what's his tab right now?
Too much. It's at least $50.
It's probably more than that.
Yeah. So Josie, she says, "Tell Eldrick I said hi."
I'll just say okay and not say anything and not do anything on my phone. And then once we walk in, and I'll be like, okay, you're the second weird person that has walked into this place tonight. What do you want?
Jeez, my timing must have been off. I should have been the first.
Well, at least you're not the third.
That's true.
I wish I was the last. I was forced to be the first here.
I wish you were the last too.
If a third one walks in, it means we're definitely going down the wrong path. Three is bad. If a third one walks in, we're in trouble.
You guys are doing a bad job not
wanna-
drawing attention to yourself.
Can I see the path? I want to see the path.
That's actually why I'm here. She waits for everybody to get settled in, and she looks to the door, and she's like, I was told to come find the seer you had in your group. I wanted to offer a chance for your seer to try and reach Galconda. And she reaches for the beanie at the top of her at her head, and she lifts it up, and you all see that there's a third eye that blinks.
It's a goddamn salubri!
And that's where we're ending tonight.
You son of a bitch.
I'm gonna send to Aldrich 911. She has a third eye. 911.
Don't put that in a text.
Send it! Send it! Send it! Yep.
No, just 911. She's really weird. 911.
You just 911, 3 eyes, 3 eyeballs.
Yeah, just 911. 3
Nine
eyes.
eye.
Or
Just
send some-
emoji eye,
Yeah,
eye.
it's just the emoji eyes, 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Yep. That's my story arc for Sybil. It just got revealed there. So hey, that's Vampire Masquerade Northern Lights. We got a Quesian, we got Salubri, we got Hecatas, we got potentially pissing off Faye. It's fine. I'm just making work harder for Arc in season 3.
Let's
Just the
see.
goddamn Faye, didn't you?
Before we had
I gave you a chance to piss off werewolves again.
Look, we got werewolves. We have definitely not mages. We have.
There haven't been any mages.
Huh?
There haven't been any mages.
That's what you want us to think.
That's true.
We have Inquisition. We got like so like I said before, everyone's gonna
48,000 more until the Inquisition shows up, guys. Please turn in those channel bits.
No. Please don't.
I'm already starting.
Yeah. Kay got it going, and that's gonna stay up for so please, channel bits, get it going. So thanks everybody for watching. We won't be back tomorrow, but I will be over on Encounter Roleplay for the session 0 of a new game I'll be playing. So please swing on by over there. I may or may not be in my cosplay for the session 0. Probably not, but if you go next Wednesday, I will definitely be in costume. That'll be great. We will be playing Cult Divinity Lost. I'm super excited. Anyhoodle, let's see who's on that we can raid.
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Well, good. I don't even know what that
I was
was.
trying to take over.
Yeah. Nobody's on. Okay.
I see a couple people that are on.
Who's on?
Other Doc who does tabletop RPGs. Nero's on.
Nero doesn't do anything for us. I can go to Other Doc.
Yep. They're good people.
They're good peoples.
I remember playing with other docs before on I think it was the MASH game. Yeah, I was in the MASH game.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't have them on there, but so hit up Other Doc, give them some love, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.